Yes. So good evening, everyone. Welcome to the second session of your portfolio management. And in the yesterday, we have discussed about all the basic concept of this portfolio management. If you remember, we discussed about what is portfolio. We have also talked about where to invest, when to invest, how much to invest, about the options of investment, time of investment, and the quantum of investment. Then we discussed about this particular cycle and the process, how the management of portfolio can be actually executed, can be implemented by a particular investor, and it will be the different, you could say, altogether approach for each and every investor in such calculations. Okay. Then we discuss about this profile of low risk and high risk and different category of investment we have from conservative to aggressive, and the different, you could say, sectoral investment when we have the base, middle, and summit investment depends on the type of risk it possesses. We have also covered about the investment in speculators. Then we have discussed about this reduction of risk in the stock portfolio, the options and the different parameters on which we can actually assess a particular investment option. And we have also covered about this portfolio analysis for fundamental, technical, and specific security analysis. We have discussed about systematic risk and unsystematic risk. What is the importance of that? Then we have also talked about this basic example about risk and return trade-off, this formulas, and this basic question along with CAPM model and its formula. I think this is the part we have covered up in the last class along with assumptions. Is there any query to anyone from the last session, please? Because that we have covered up already in the last session. Now today we'll start a bit of investment management, what is investment, and we'll also discuss about the various components of portfolio analysis. Okay, so I think we should start now. Am I clearly audible? And the screen is also visible to everyone. Shall we start, students? Students, shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sure. So you can see that first of all, when we discuss about the investment analysis, we need to understand the basic parameters, the basic points regarding what is investment is all about, and on what grounds we are actually analyzing this particular topic. Okay. The first and foremost thing is a risk and return trade-off that we already discussed in the last class. That risk and return trade-off is totally depends on the type of risk it possesses, and accordingly return would be you could say generated by any investor. Risk may be systematic risk or maybe unsystematic risk, or we can say diversifiable risk or non-diversifiable risk. Okay. The risk of a particular investment is always dependent on its debt and equity mix. Okay. Now, as per the consideration of your debt or equity, your investment pattern, or you could say investment approach, will definitely differ. Okay. The debt and equity mix also depends on the age of the investor, perspective of the investor, earning mode or earning potential of the investor. So these are the basic, you could say, parameters which may also cover up under the category of your investment. Now, if we talk basic or simple definition about what is investment analysis all about. Investment analysis
sacrifice for the future benefit, because what we are actually doing it right now, we are actually sacrificing, we are investing our money out of our total income or the savings in order to generate the returns in the future, in order to you could say render the benefits of your investment. Okay, it is the investment is also called basically the postponed consumption. Okay, postponed consumption, it means that right now we are actually just investing, but the consumption or the benefit of the same you will generate after a particular period of time. Okay. One more definition of the investment is commitment of funds in one or more assets that must be held for some future period. Means whenever we are investing either in equity shares, insurance, or we talk about any debt securities, any physical asset investment, each and every investment will definitely generate some benefit on the future date, not on the immediate basis. Okay. So this is a very basic analysis, very basic fundamental about what this investment analysis or investment is all about. Is this clear, please, everyone? Is this part clear? What is investment is all about?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, sure. Now, there are certain definition we have, the bookish definition we can say about investment analysis. It is a study of financial security for the purpose of successful investing. And the major component which comes under these definitions are how to trade and what assets are to be traded. What does it mean? How to trade means what? How a particular investor can actually plan about their investment, whether it's equity market or it's a debt market, or we can say money market, or any government security, or any IPO. Each and every person is actually looking for how to trade. How to trade means how a particular person can actually trade. Can trade means is all about how they can actually, you could say, create the place, or you could say the medium through which they can invest. Okay, that medium maybe you could say OTC, it is over the counter, or it may be through the exchanges as well. Now, what assets are to be traded? The decision regarding the asset type, it totally depends on the risk potential or the risk position which the particular person can digest. Okay, so what securities they can trade, it totally depends on the characteristics or the perception or the projection of the investor. Okay. The next one we have, that is about the calculation of risk and return. Now, risk and return, I already told you. A particular person may always have to assess the potential risk, which always, you could say, inherit, or we can say it is always inbuilt risk in any of the investment. I think I told you in the last class about what is inherent risk. It is basically the systematic risk. So, a particular person, whenever they are approaching for any investment, they need to understand about the potential risk it possesses. Potential risk means systematic risk, which is non-diversifiable. Okay, and return which they may generate in a period of time. Okay, the next one is all about investment strategy. I told you in the last class, investment strategy maybe for growth, maybe for you could say income generation. So depends on what is the basic purpose behind your investment. Accordingly, you can select or you can just go for the choices of investment available in the market. And the last part is financial theories. Financial theories are basically all about whenever we are investing in any security, we always need to assess the models, assess the you could say the parameter, assess the component of any market, any trend if we can follow right now. We talk about any movement, any time series analysis, because there are so many statistical tools with the help of which we can assess the market condition, we can assess the flow, or how the market actually works in the long run. Any doubt to anyone, please?
No, sir.
No doubt? Fine. Now, the basic characteristics of investment, please. And we'll discuss this characteristics in this particular slide. Okay, just go through it. It's very simple point actually. Let me know which point to be discussed, please. Because a very simple point about the characteristics of investment. The risk, return, safety, liquidity, marketability, concealability, capital growth, purchasing power stability, stability of income, and tax benefits. The major, you could say, parameters, major heads under which a particular investment can always categorize it.
Good evening, sir. Hello.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Sir, can you let me see introduction part, please? Just want to
Yeah,
know.
definitely. Definitely.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Done?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sure. Is there any doubt to anyone in the characteristics part, please? It's very simple, actually. The basic parameters of any investment. Anji, is it clear, everyone?
So what here means considerability, sir?
See, considerability basically any decisions when it comes to society, when it comes to environment, when it comes to government of any country, when it comes to any changes in the law. So whenever we talk about any investment opportunity, a person must always need to look after about all such you could say parameters as well about a country. If we talk about, for example, being an investor from US, if I want to invest in Indian market, I will always go through with the parameters associated with the government policies, taxation rates. When we talk about the social disorder, basically is all about how society actually works, what is the perception of society towards the investment opportunities. According to that, the market can be created, the market can be, you could say, more conducive when it comes to the investment options.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So here liquidity is for 1 year plan or long-term plan, sir?
See, ma'am, liquidity, like for example, if you need money after three years of time, so your liquidity potential should be after 3 years only. So liquidity basically nothing but how easily you can encash your securities in the form of cash whenever it is required.
Okay, sir.
Hmm.
Thank you, sir.
Any more doubts, please? Shall we move to the next part, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now, very simple explanation what this investment is all about. Because whenever you talk about any investment opportunities, the investment opportunity always works with the long-term, you could say, investment, long-term holding of a particular investment or a security, and how fruitful it could be if you are actually managing your portfolio, managing your investment options very wisely according to the market condition, and by using, you could say, more you could say what I can say the word actually right now. I'm forgetting right now because being an investor, you always need to keep in mind about all such basic parameters which may actually enhance the earning potential of your portfolio. Clear? I think this is very simple explanation about how the investment manager, how the good guidance, how the good, you could say, support system always help an individual when it comes to their investment plans. Clear? I think so. And the theoretical explanation of this particular point, importance of long-term investment planning, you can see that longer life expectancy of planning for retirement, definitely one of the parts. For taxation purpose, higher interest rate you want to earn, because to curb the inflation factor, to earn the large income, and just availability of complex number of investment outlets. So the major importance, the major perspective, how the investment actually works, these are the major points come under this category. Is it clear, please, everyone?
Sir, can you show the fourth slide?
Fourth slide. Which one? I think that characteristics.
Upper. उसके ऊपर
उसके ऊपर वाला slide.
ये
This one?
ग्राफ जो बना हुआ है, yes sir.
No, actually, this is the same point. I think it is on that characteristics. If you want to note it down, you can.
Okay sir.
Okay, done?
Yes sir.
Yeah, sure. Let's move to the next point now. Is this point here as well, please? The importance of investment. Hanji. Is this clear, everyone?
Yes sir, clear.
Yeah, sure. Now the next topic is classification of investments. Okay, it's very simple topic. I'll go a bit fast right now. First is the physical investment, which may be house, land, building, gold and silver, and precious stone. Understood, please? Physical investment, house, land, building, gold, silver, precious stone, anything it could be. Okay. I hope so. It is clear. Very simple topic. Okay.
Yes sir.
Everyone? Yeah, sure. Next one, on the basis of financial investment. So you can see that financial investment may be of two types. First of all, it is marketable and transferable. Second is non-marketable investment or non-transferable investment. Okay. So you can see that shares, equity and preference shares, treasury bill, commercial paper, certificate of deposits, mutual funds, fixed deposits. These are non-marketable investments. Okay. Marketable may be shares, debenture of public limited companies, bond of public sector units, PSUs, and government securities. Clear, I think so. Marketable investments. Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sure. Then non-marketable. Bank deposits,
Yes, sir.
PPF, insurance certificates, post office deposits, national savings certificates, company deposits, private company shares, etc. These are non-transferable, non-marketable securities. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Shall we move? Because these topics are simple now. The types of investment we're discussing right now. You can see that this is a risk and return trade-off again given to you. The least risk is in the treasury bill with the government bond, move to the money market, intermediate firm, long-term fund, large corporation, small corporation, stocks, real estate, and foreign investments. You can see this particular flow diagram is given to you about the investment options. Clear, I think, everyone?
Yes sir, clear.
Clear? Fine. Let's move to the next part, that is nature of investment decisions. Okay. Now, when we discuss about the nature of investment decisions, these are basically, first one is opportunity cost and second one is the risk factor. Okay. The first one is opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is like when to invest in order to cover your general price level. It is basically all about what is the right time to invest the money. Invest the money in a particular security or a particular, you could say, option. Okay. Now, when we talk about the opportunity cost, the person must always need to identify, must need to address that when the particular option of financial securities can be, you could say, fruitful to invest your money. First of all, like it may be, you could say your equity shares, it may be preference shares, any debentures, any IPO if we talk about, okay, any traded security if we talk about, each and every security having its best time or optimum time to invest in the market. That particular time is called opportunity cost. Why we are just calling it opportunity cost? Because a particular person may decide upon what are the, you could say, benefits which they may generate, from the investment option available as of now, and how fruitful it could be for a particular investor as per their requirement, as per their expectation from the market. Is it clear? And second one is risk factor, which is inherent in nature. Okay, inherent risk factor is all about basically how a particular investment consists of certain systematic risk, which is non-diversifiable nature. Okay, so all non-diversifiable risks are basically comes under your risk factor. Okay, students, opportunity cost and risk factors. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, shall we move to the next part? I think so. Investment process now. Now, investment process basically consists of how to invest, how much to invest, and when to invest. Okay. So the important thing in the case of investment process is all about the first and foremost thing about investment objectives and policy. Okay. Now, when we talk about the investment objective policy, I think we discussed in the last class the purpose behind your investment. Okay. So that will always cover up under investment decision making. Okay. Now, the second point is about undertake security analysis. Okay. Security analysis basically is all about whenever we are thinking to invest in any of the security option, the particular person may need to look after about the in-depth analysis of that particular investment option. Like for example, if I'm thinking right now to purchase an SIP of IndusInd Bank, okay, so definitely what I will do, I will actually go through with each and every important component about that particular investment option. So security analysis basically is all about its trends, its patterns, its last 5 years returns, then company's future projection, company's stability. Each and everything will come under category consideration when it comes to the security analysis of any investment options. Clear, everyone? The third point is construction of portfolio. Yes. Construction of portfolio. Once you have decided that these are the prospective options or the best suitable option as per the need, as per the requirement of my future, I will design my portfolio. Then I'll review it. Review means basically whether the particular existing portfolio is performing in the direction of expected returns or not. That is called the review of the portfolio. And the last one, we have evaluate the performance of the portfolio. Performance of portfolio means what? Whenever we talk about evaluation is all about like comparison between your expected and the actual performance. Comparison between actual and the expected performance. Okay. So there are the major 4-5 points about the investment process, starting from how to invest, how much to invest, and when to invest. Is it clear, everyone?
So please explain again the construction of portfolio.
A construction of portfolio, for example, let's suppose if you are looking for an investment option as of now, you want to invest 2 lakh rupees, which you have as of now with you. What you will do, definitely you will search for a certain option, whether I'll go for SIP, whether I'll go for FDs, whether I'll go for some commodity investment. After what you will do, out of the 2 lakh rupees, for example, 1 lakh you invested in SIP, 50,000 you invested in FDRs, 50,000 you invested in the commodity market. Okay, so this is the way how you can construct as per the requirement, as per the expectation of the investor. Clear?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir, clear.
Yeah, sure. Any more query to anyone, please, in the investment process?
No, sir.
Okay, sure. I think this is the all detail are like whatever the point I have mentioned over here, the detail of the same are always given here. Like first is investment objective. So you can see that these are the major objectives we have when it comes to the investment policy or investment decisions. Okay. Yes, friend, like defining the investment in the terms of risk and return. That is about the debt and equity mix. The second, we talk about the type of investment, physical and financial security. And last one is the basic objective behind whether it is the amount of wealth or tax status or income. What is the basic purpose behind an investment? That is come under decision about objective. Is it clear, please? Investment objectives and policies. Yes, friend. Is it clear the first point? Determine the investment objective and policy.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Second, I think we discuss about security analysis. Okay. So security analysis, I told you in the last class as well. There it comes three basic categories: fundamental analysis, technical analysis, and specific security analysis. Okay. So that will basically come under this particular fundamental, technical, and specific security analysis. Is it clear, please? Is this part clear, everyone? What is fundamental analysis? It is nothing but the comparison. Technical analysis is all about trend, pattern, charts, movements, graph, technical analysis.
It's clear.
Clear? Sure. Now, third point was construction of portfolio. So construction portfolio, as I think the doubt was asked for someone, it must be diversified. I mean, there should be the combination of physical and financial security. Depends on three things: selectivity, type of security, timing, the period for which you want to invest, and diversification is a combination of debt and equity. That is called the portfolio construction. See, I'm just going through with the base of this particular numerical. Okay, right now that's why I'm just going through very in depth about the type of security investment and how we can actually approach the numerical part later on. Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sure. Next, I think the next stage was portfolio revision. Okay, the revision comes to the company always need to assess, reassess, revalued all the existing assets, you could say security options they have in their portfolio. If some investments are not performing as per the expectation, you will remove it and you will replace it with the better investment. From that, your optimum return should be as high as possible. Okay, so it is basically called the periodic evaluation, which may be 3 months, 6 months, or a year of time, depends on the requirement of the investor. And the last one, which comes under this category, that is portfolio performance evaluation. That is comparison between the expected and the actual return. I hope that is clear as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sure. Now I'll show you a few pictures actually about this particular portfolio, about investments, how we can actually plan the security. You can see that diversifying minimizes financial risk. No diversification, only one type of investment. Now you can see that the investment is diversified. The beautiful way how to picturize this. Okay. I think clear?
Sure, sir.
Yeah. Second one is again very simple. Get professional help with your investment goals. Like you can see that prospect investment manager. He can plan in a better way. He can plan in the way just to fulfill the requirement, the expectation of the investor. and accordingly he can guide and make a big picture, make a big investment, make a more fruitful investment for their client, for their you could say their customers. Clear? I hope so. Both the diagrams. The third one, a good investment manager is a worthy partner. You can see that again. The picture will reflect everything. Clear? I think so. This one as well. Second is investment with expertise. You can see this diagram as well again. I think this is self-explanatory points actually. You can just go through with it and don't let me know if there's any doubt in those two pictures. Hanji, clear?
Yeah.
Next pictures, please. Get professional help with your investment choices. Whenever you're confused what to do, what not to do, always ask the expert. They will actually guide you how you can actually work out in the market, how you can actually process in the market when it comes to your investment option. Clear, everyone? The second one again is structure your long-term investment goals. The how you can actually mold your investment, how you can actually alter your investment when the time permits, when the time actually demanding for the same, accordingly you can go for. Clear, everyone? These two pictures as well? I think so. Very simple.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Next one, invest wisely, invest with long-term goals. You can see that. The left picture and the right picture. I think so. Very simple.
Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah. The next one is nothing but the get professional care for your assets. Yes, clear, everyone?
Yes.
Next one, a regular saving plan can help you reap benefits. That is called SIP basically. SIP, RD, or different schemes in which we can invest regularly just to accumulate our income, accumulate our investments. Then you can see that there is revision of portfolio, how we can revise, how we can alter the non-performing assets. The second diagram. Clear, please?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The next one now. Get professional advice for your special investment needs. Like you have investment profile, but the investment manager can guide you which particular frame would suit you, which particular option will suit to your requirements. You can see they're working together towards your investment goals. Okay, that is all about the team effort, the mind game, the think tank behind an investment option. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah. The next part again. Seek professional advice for your investment planning. They will actually enroute you towards in the right direction of your investments. Then this is all about the investment strategy, how a particular can plan their investment strategy. Because there may be so many strategies just to conquer this investment option. But which one you choose, it totally depends on the guidance and the support system which you always possess. Clear? Yeah. Next one. Grow your investment through regular saving plan and unit trust. SIP investments, regular saving plans, MIS. Then risk and return balancing. High risk, low risk. What to do, what not to do. Dilemma situation. That can be resolved by a good investment manager. Clear? I think I'll request the candidate, those who are unmuted right now, please kindly mute because the disturbance are created. I think so. Miss Arabic and Davis Street. Okay, I'm muting both of you. Yeah, fine. Now, is it clear, please, everyone? The balancing between risk and return, and how the unit trust, how the systematic plan can help an investor to accumulate their investment options. Clear? Next one, we have get professional investment support. Investment manager and how he can support to nurture, to grow, to escalate your investment options. Okay. Then professional partnership with your investment manager. He can actually guide you. He can actually support you. How you can actually nurture your investments. Okay. And the last one is very, very simple again. If you are planning for short-term or long-term investment, totally depends on your perspective. But if you are having some long-term projection, definitely you might have some fruitful opportunity, fruitful perspective to generate more and more return for your investment option. I hope so all these pictures are clear.
Yes,
students. Are these pictures clear? I think so. Okay. So we are taking a break of short 5 to 10 minutes and we'll start with the next half of this particular topic. Clear? Everyone?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Sure. So just a break. We'll get back to you at 6 o'clock sharp. Okay?
All right.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
Yes, student. We should start now. Okay. So let's proceed with the. Ms. Poonam, please kindly mute yourself. Yes. So the next topic is all about the investment environment, or the you could say the periphery in which the investment always actually runs, and how it could be actually assessed in the market. Like basically, when we talk about the investment environment, we have major three parts. The first one is instrument, second one is institution, and third one is market. Now, when I'm talking about the all 3 points one by one, the first one is what is financial market or what is investment market actually. As I told you already, there are basically two types of financial market. The first one is primary, second one is secondary market. The primary market are basically those market in which we are always issuing the fresh security like IPO. Okay. Secondary market are those market in which existing securities are traded with the help of exchanges. Okay. So that will be called your secondary market. Okay. The third one, it's all about like individuals, trust, government banks, mutual fund organization, pension fund, and financial institution are the major player in the financial market categories. So it may be primary or it may be secondary. Is this clear, please, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The next
Yes,
category
sir.
is your instrumentations. Now, when we talk about instrumentation, there are basically two types of securities we have. The first one is called creditorship. Second is called ownership security. Creditorship securities are those security which are the debt instrumentation on which a particular interest obligation is always there, whether the company is earning profit or losses, which may be secured, which may be unsecured as well. Okay. The major category of this creative security is come under public debt instrumentation, which come under government securities, long-term or short-term securities, risk-free securities. It is also called gilt-edge securities as well. The second category under creditorship is all about private debt instrumentation. Private debt instrumentation may be secured or unsecured. Unsecured debt is also called naked debt securities. It may be convertible, non-convertible. It may be based on mortgages of any company's fixed assets as well. Now, what is mortgage of company fixed assets? In case if the company is not able to fulfill the desired interest payment on the due date or on the periodicity of the releasing of the payment, the company's mortgage will work as a collateral in order to release the payments of the debt holders. Okay, that is called the mortgage based assets. The next point, we have special debt instrumentation, which comes under category like tax-free securities, gold bonds, or any other specific security. Sectoral bonds, if we talk about, that may come under category of your special debt instrumentations. Is this part clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
What is creative security? It is basically debt securities, which may be secured and unsecured. The second category we have
Okay, sir.
is called ownership security. Ownership securities are those securities which are based on equity shares, or you could say equity investments. These ownership security always having the right to vote, right to share, and right to interfere in the company's operational activity or company's internal matter. It may be preference share or maybe equity shares, and these type of security may be given in the form of mutual fund, unit trust, or in case of indirect equity as well. So these are the basic category of your ownership securities. Is this clear, everyone? Hanji. Is this part clear? Shall we move to the last part, that is institutions now?
So what is difference between ownership security and equity shares?
Which security, ma'am?
Ownership security and this equity shares.
It is one and the same thing, ma'am. No difference.
Okay. Thank you.
The last category is your institution. These are the mediator, the, you could say, governing bodies or the controlling bodies in India, those who are actually the facilitator between the investor and the companies. Clear, everyone?
So what is GIC?
General Insurance Company.
Okay, sir. And sir, UTI?
Unit Trust of India. It is General Insurance Corporation, actually, not company.
Okay, sir.
Unit Trust of India, Industrial Credit Investment Corporation of India, IFC, IDBI is mentioned already.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
I hope so it is clear, everyone.
Yes, sir.
I think this part we discussed in the last class itself, I think so. You can just go through with all these points. Difference between investment and speculation. These are my self-written points. You can note down if you want, because they're very, very important and explanation about investment and speculations. Haji, is this clear, everyone? Note down if you want, else we'll move to the next topic. Factors affecting selection of investments.
So please continue.
Yeah, sure. Next one now. Factors affecting selection of investment. The first and important factor is about returns. Whenever you are selecting any investment option, either SIP, equity, debt, whatever, you will always see about the trend of the returns of the security. Second one is capital appreciation. How your capital would be appreciated, the growth opportunity which a particular investment always possesses. So conservation in the form of return, which you might expect from an investment. Okay. Now, conservation may be of aggressive growth or any speculative growth, which may have. But speculative growth may be true or may not be true. Okay, it may work in your favor, it may not be as well. Okay, form of return, it may be periodic or it is capital gain. Either you want the income to be given to the investor on monthly, quarterly, or half yearly or even yearly basis, or you can go for accumulation of your fund so that your returns would be accumulated with your principals. The last one is safety and security of funds. We discussed already about risk, liquidity, taxation, concealability, all the characteristics of the investment options. Clear?
Yes, sir.
I think I can hear only one voice. Is this clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, I think the types of investment alternative, it's very, very simple. Either we have equity shares, preference shares, debentures, bonds or fixed income security or money market security. I think we have already discussed all these points in details. So you can just go through with these points. And if you have any doubt in any of the point, please do let me know. Because I'll show you the list of investment alternatives.
So in equity shares, what is this last resort mean?
Last resort is basically they are the last, you could say, shareholder or last individual, those who will, you could say, generate some return after meeting all the liabilities, debt obligation, preference obligation, retained earning. Then whatever left, they will the one who will receive it. That's why it is called last resort.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
Yes. Because see, student, these are basically the endless discussion topic actually. Because even if I take a money market security right now, we do require at least 3 to 4 hours of time to discuss all the money market securities. Okay, so that's why we are going a bit fast right now, just in order to cater the need of our limitation of timing and the content of syllabus which we need to cover as per your syllabus requirements. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Shall we move to the next page? Okay.
Yes, sir.
The call money, notice money. Call money is basically overnight loan. Notice money is a loan for up to 14 days. CP is basically unsecured debt. CD basically secured or unsecured debts. Triple MF is money market mutual fund issued for less than 12-month period of time. Repo instrumentation or repurchase agreement, repurchase instrumentation, which will be repurchased on face value and issued on discount. Because see, try to understand, again I'm telling you, because all these options I have just written in the short one-liner or one word actually. But these are basically in-depth discussion which we can do on this topic as well. But as the time does not permit, I cannot actually go through with it right now. Might be, I think we have some other subjects in which we may have in detail and we have sufficient time to discuss all such units. Okay. Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, call money overnight, what, sir? I don't.
Yeah. See, basically, if you remember, like when we talk about big corporates, big financial institution, whenever they need to settle certain payments in a day or in a night basis or in a particular day only, what they do, they took a loan for one day only or overnight only. Okay. And they return back in the next day.
Oh, okay. Understand.
Basically, this call money concept used in the banking systems. Okay. Whenever, and basically always remember, the call money facility cannot be accessed by normal individuals. It will be accessed only by the big corporates or some registered clients under RBI surveillance. Okay.
Okay.
I told you, I think so, because even I am restricted right now to discuss all such topics. That's why I'm just giving you a brief, a highlight about all such different options.
Okay.
Clear? Shall we move?
Yes, sir.
Next one is non-marketable securities. We have bank deposits, FDs, RDs, post office time deposits, monthly income scheme of post office, Kisan Vikas Patra, national savings certificates, company deposits, EPFS, PPFS. Then yeah, you go through with this point first. I think, see, try to understand, student. You can just, if you want to have a more, you could say, in-depth knowledge about all such investment options, you can read from the Google or from any government websites. You will have a detail of all different, you could say, these options of investments. Hanji, clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Next one is real estate. Very simple, I think. Residential house, source of housing finance, guidelines of buying a house, commercial property, agricultural property, suburb lands. Because I'm trying to cover the theory part in today's class, and tomorrow we'll discuss about numericals of CAPM, that is capital assets pricing model. Very, very important topic. Clear, everyone? Real estate.
So suburban land means what, sir?
Suburb means which is outskirt to the main city. Like Mumbai, if you talk about Thane, it is suburb.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, precious objects, gold, silver, diamonds, platinum, art objects, stones, insurance policy, endowment, term, health, life, money back, UTI. Is it clear, everyone? Haji, shall we move to the next point? Types of investors now. Shall you start, please? The next topic.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, please.
Types of investors now. Now, basically, there are three types of investors. The first one is called the contrarians. Contrarians investors are those investors, those who are risk taker, they are initiator, they are trend setter, and they're large investors. So always remember, those who will always actually just, you could say, dirty their hands into the market, they are the contrarians. The second is trend followers. They are more conservative compared to contrarians. They are the second generation investors, and they are moderate investors, those who actually invest in moderate amount or moderate quantum. And the last one is hedgers and holders. They are very conservative. They always take less risk, and they are the small investors of the market.
So what is a hedge fund, sir?
Hedge fund is basically like, for example, you want to purchase gold for your marriage after 1 year of time. Okay, so what you will do, in order to hedge, in order to cover the risk of price changes, what you will do, you will book your ornaments right now. That is called hedging process. Just cover
Yes,
the
yes,
risk
sir.
of price movements.
Yes,
Clear?
sir.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Because I think these hedgers, speculators, arbitragers, these topics comes under financial derivatives, and I think you might not have that subject in your syllabus. But if you have any chance in the future, it's a very, very fantastic subject. You will get to know about lot many things about his investments as well. Okay.
So in IGNOU there was, in IGNOU syllabus it was there.
Yes, yes. IGNOU, everything is there. Actually.
Yes, sir. Costing is everything is there.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, clear this one. Contrarians, trend followers, hedgers, and holders.
Yes, sir. It's clear.
Yeah, sure. Now the type of investors based on level of research. The first one is measured investor. They are the basically early investor and they are very, very happy with the current investment. Early investment means they are basically all about the initiator. They always actually take chances in the market. They are called the measured. Measured means they always actually assess the condition about risk and return, and accordingly they will invest the money. The reluctant investor, they take little time to assess. Once confident, then only they will invest. Competitive investor, habit to beat the market. They always want to beat the market return. And unprepared investor, they are immature actually, and they do not have any knowledge about the market. First of all, they actually invest only on the grounds of market movement, nothing else. What others are doing, they will actually do accordingly. That is called unprepared investors in the market. Clear? I hope
Yes, sir.
so. Yeah, sure. The very simple topic, common errors in investment management. I think just go through with all the points. It's very, very simple, self-explanatory. Go through with it. If it is done, then we'll start the next topic, please.
So in last point, financial planning is only tax planning. How is helpful in tax?
Sorry, is not only tax planning. Sorry, yeah?
So yes, sir, only tax planning.
Sorry, it's not only tax planning.
Okay, sir.
Really sorry. Yeah? Because what the people think, they always think that the financial planning is only a tax planning. No, this is more than that actually.
So can you explain financial planning is the same as retirement planning?
See, financial planning, maybe a retirement planning, maybe a tax planning, but it cannot only be a tax planning. It could be many things, many purpose for an individual. For example, if I'm investing right now, my financial planning is just for the wealth management, just for the wealth improvement, just for the returns. Someone who is crossing the age of 40, 50, if they are going for financial planning, definitely they'll go for retirement benefits. Each and every individual will cover each and every dimension of the future financial returns or future financial goals, which may be marriage, child education, retirements, holidays, whatsoever it could be, medical. Clear?
So how tax
Yes,
is
sir.
saved through financial planning, sir?
How?
Tax is saved. So you have to pay the tax on salaries on anything.
No, ma'am.
So
Actually,
how
like for example, if you remember about different heads like ATC, ATC, ATCCC, there are certain deductions are given under certain heads.
Yes, sir.
Okay, like for example,
Yes.
in PPF, I think it is in the interest is 1.5 lakh. It is non-taxable. Okay, in medical, you have certain limits of because I'm not taxation faculty, so I cannot comment right now on that. So there are certain benefits given under different heads actually. ATC, ATD for medical, ATC for interest. Okay,
Okay, sir.
certain norms are under child education as well, which is tax free as well.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Hanji. And I think, yes, student, is this clear with everyone? The common errors.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, then we have the common risk and return analysis. I think that we discussed already in last class. Systematic risk, unsystematic risk. These diagrams we have already covered up in the last class. Okay. And yeah, these points of systematic risk, because systematic risk covers up these three major risks: market risk, interest rate risk, and purchasing power or inflation risk. Because systematic risks are non-diversifiable, which is inherent in nature. So these are the three major risk component under systematic risk: market, interest, and purchasing power, which may be called as inflation risk as well.
So please continue.
Yeah, sure. Unsystematic risk is basically diversifiable risk, which can be manageable, which can be controllable. Under this, we have this type of risk versus regulation, business, reinvestments, bull and bear market. Bull bear means market ups and downs. Management risk, or even we can consider default risk under this unsystematic risk. Okay, because this risk are manageable risk. Always remember. Any doubt in any of the risks, please?
So regulation risk.
See, regulation risk is like, for example, any law, any you could say benefit which is being provided by the different level of government. For example, if you are going for certain startup, certain manufacturing firm, certain you could say sector in which you will invest or you will start a business, the government may provide some subsidies, some rebates. That is again regulation risk, which you may avoid by proper planning.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is this part clear? There are a few more risks actually. You can see that is called international risk, which is called the country risk or exchange rate risk. So what is exchange rate risk? It is about the risk because of the fluctuation in the currency exchange. Country risk, which may be political, restriction on trade, tax imposition, industry, etc. Liquidity risk is all about the norms, how the assets can be liquidated whenever it is required. Clear? Anji.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I think this diagram we also covered in the last class. Okay. Now the next and the important point, the numerical part now, measurement of risk. Okay. So I think there are certain methods we have. We'll start from tomorrow itself because that is a very, very lengthy topic now. Okay.
All right.
Yes. Fine. So any doubt to anyone from today's session? Because see, we have to go to session topic to topic, because if I'll start that topic, definitely that won't link from tomorrow's class. So that's why we'll cover up that. And I think one topic which is dividend analysis and certain small topics are there that will cover in the last day, that is Friday. Okay. And Friday we will wind up this particular syllabus of financial management. And then from 1st of March, we have some new sessions.
Sir, can you this recording again? We will see how.
Yeah, recording you can see, sir. Actually, you can just go to the IIBM web, YouTube channel, IIBM Institute of Business Management, where you will find all the recordings. Yeah, all the recordings.
On record, any link is there? or
No, link is not
go to
there.
the site?
Open YouTube and type it over there, IIBM Institute of Business Management,
Yeah,
and you will find the lecture from lecture number 1 till today.
because sometimes if something is left, then I will cover up. I
No,
think
definitely,
also.
sir. Even like when you want to prepare the notes, anything, you can actually go through with the slides which are going on that. So that is, and I'll always suggest each and every student, always prepare your notes for each and every subject. Short notes, it's better for you, for your better understanding.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks so much.
And you just do come with your doubts as well anytime, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Yes, students. Any doubt to anyone? Because today we have covered up investment part. Yesterday we covered up portfolio part. Now tomorrow we'll cover up the numerical part.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Any query to anyone, please? Hanji. So,
Hello.
yes, Rahul, tell me.
Yesterday is my first class. So what about my prevision classes?
No, revision classes won't be there, Rahul, actually. You have to go through the recorded sessions. And if you have any query from that, on
Okay.
Saturday, we always have the doubt clearing session on Saturday, 5
Okay.
o'clock. There is no
Okay.
new topic we discuss on Saturday. So Saturday, 5 to 6, you can come up with your doubts, if it is any, and then we can discuss.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah? Yeah, sure. Any more, please? Anuj, Aditya, Poonam.
No issue, sir. If any doubts, I will go through all the things, and I will ask again in the next class.
Definitely, Anuj. Anytime. Okay?
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Sure. Neha, Qazi Ahmad, Qazi Fahad, I think. It's your first class, I think. I'm seeing you very first time in the class.
Sir,
Miss Poonam.
hello sir, today is my first class.
Yeah, I know Qazi actually,
Okay.
because I can sense that.
Mm-hmm.
So Qazi, like we are about to complete this syllabus, and I'll request you just go through from the lecture number 1, okay? Because hardly we have, I think, 18, 19 sessions for this particular, not 18, 19, I think 5, and 5. Around 20 sessions we have, I think, 20, 22 sessions for this particular subject, okay? So you just go through the first session, and you may ask the doubts on Saturday.
Okay, sir.
Okay? Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Any more doubt, please, to anyone?
No, sir. So we will go through your YouTube, then I will ask.
Sure, ma'am. Sure. Definitely. Anytime. Okay? So
Yes, sir.
will we sign out for the day?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
sir.
much. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you, Qazi. Thank you, Anuj.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Atul.